Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fox Den. And my name's Ruby Madison, and yesterday I released a video about my mental health. And after watching it a couple of times, I noticed that I missed out a few little things. Not that I can remember what those little things are, but hey, that just goes into my disability or whatever the hell you want to call it, my imperfection. But okay. So the first point I made in the last, and I just want to talk about those things from yesterday's video in this video, okay? And then I'll continue on a little bit more. So in yesterday's video, the first point I started out with is that the picture you see on the screen is who I actually am. It's basically I got everything I needed to talk about with that down and what do you call it? Iterated and understood as best as I possibly could word it. But just to recap, I guess you could say on that, this is me. There's you look at me and you either see the shell that I am, or you see this walking, living, breathing, etc., etc. Okay? So the second thing I started talking about was actually I don't really remember what the second thing was. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Was the fact that I'm not perfect by far. And to think that to the even so much as think that I'm average is possibly even delusional. But I am not. I'm not like. I'll give you a good example, everyone. This morning, I made some pasta. Had some sauce, a little bit of beef, there was some grease everywhere, some grease on the stove, yada yada yada. Made my pasta, ate my pasta. 5 minutes. 5 minutes is what it took for me to eat. I didn't even cook my pasta properly because I'm technically distressed. I am not okay. But I ate my pasta. I don't even remember it because it was just bad. Alright. And I went out and I did my dishes. I cleaned the stove. I wiped down with everything that I could see. I checked the sink. I checked. I dried my dishes right away. I put them away, etc., etc. Now you think I did everything right, but if you know me, or you want to know me, then you'll realize I've missed something. I didn't actually wash the soap out of the fucking sink. Okay? So when I came out this morning at 9:30 to make me a bacon cheeseburger, whatever, it's beef and beef and ham and beef and pork. Sorry, right? Slapped in between two pieces of bread that happens to have some cheese on it. So I had my breakfast, right? And before I even started, I noticed that there was a bit of pasta. There was a noodle of pasta, and some pasta sauce from the soap in the sink. Whoops, my bad. But that is what I'm talking about. I make that mistake, and it's not specifically that mistake. I make that mistake of missing one step all the time. I am incapable of getting it right. I will always miss a step. Sometimes multiple steps. Sometimes I'll just forget to do something entirely. So, people need to realize that I'm not being like, I'm not trying to cause incident. I'm not trying to cause problems. I'm not even purposely trying to do the things that I'm doing. It is part of me. It'd be like asking somebody who is OCD to stop being OCD. They can't do it. It's not possible. It's just not possible. It's the same thing for me. Now, the third thing I was talking about is how I was madly depressed. And yeah, I am madly depressed. If you've been paying attention, I've lost my son. I've lost my family. I've lost my immediate family, basically. They say they're around and things like that, but I talk to them maybe once every 6 months, with the exception of my dad. And even then, that's still only like once a month. I have this lingering feeling that I'm constantly being watched and picked at, picked apart, discriminated, and destroyed over and over and over again. And then all it takes is one person to not even yell at me, have an elevated voice around me, or a bang to go off near me. Doesn't matter what it is, or something like that. And I just shut down. I completely shut down. Because yesterday, that's exactly what happened. Once I was done my video, I went to bed. Because I couldn't do it anymore. I could not function. I could not continue the day. And there's nothing, and this goes back into the first point, or second point, sorry. There's nothing I can do about that. There really isn't. I can try to push myself, but all I'm going to end up doing is crying and being miserable all day long. And nobody wants to be around that. Nobody wants to even so much as associate themselves with anyone, let alone me, when they are in a depressed and effectively tilted mood. But it doesn't takes literally a single piece of straw to break my back and put me over the edge and just make me want to give up entirely. And that's not a good feeling. I am not okay. And that's what I'm going to title this video, is that I am not okay. And in order for me to be okay, I don't even know what to do. I mentioned in the last video, I'm pretty sure, that I'm 31 and I just got my grade 12. Woo! Congratulations! Yay! Whatever. But I should have had that when I was, 18? 19? But I didn't. And then I got stuck. And then finally I unstuck it. And now I'm 31. So what's next in my life? I get a driver's license. I get a car. Well, that requires me to have money. It requires me to have a job in order to make that money. But I don't have a job. So I guess I don't have that money, which means I don't have the license, which means I don't have the car. So do you see what I'm getting at now? I don't know what the hell to do now. I'm stuck. Again. Except this time with a shiny piece of paper that says, "Congratulations, you finally finished grade 12. But it's so late in my life that I'm stuck. And I don't want that for anyone. I don't want anybody at all to have to go through the shit that I've had to go through in order to just make it to where I am. If anything, they need to get it done sooner. A lot sooner. And if you can't, well, then there's nothing I can do to, or even you can do, to change that. And it's unfortunate. But you need to try, as I keep being told, and you need to push forward, and you need to keep going. But I'm at a point right now where I don't know which way forward is. And for all I know, I end up walking that forward path eventually when I figure it out. And it's just as scary and just as fearsome and just as weird and gruesome and all that other shit as my entire fucking upbringing has been. Like I probably said in the last video, I just want to play video games. On a far off left field idea, I want an inn. A resort. Some people have called it that. Kind of like the idea of it being a resort, but it's a place where everybody can come, no matter who you are. And you can all clink a glass, and you all have a good time. And I will give you the shirt off of my back. But as long as you can give me back my shirt, or you can give me a shirt in return. Because it doesn't make any sort of sense to have a 100% out and a 0 in. There's no sustainable method to that. And likewise, there's no sustainable method to 100% in and 0 out. And I know it sounds like, I speak good English, and know it sounds like that I'm logical and smart and all these other things, but really, I'm not. I'm not that smart. Because if I were smart, I wouldn't have been 31 getting my grade 12. And with that, I want y'all to know that I am not okay. Talk about it. If you are not okay, if you are not happy, if you are angry, if you are actually are happy, if you are anything, you need to talk about it. And it shouldn't be dismissed. And it shouldn't be ignored. It should be explored. It should be communicated. It should be enlightening and educational for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're in a third world country, a first world country, or even the moon. Okay? We need to talk about these things. And we need to deal with them. Or we're just going to have more pain, more suffering, more everything that realistically us as beings do not want in our lives. Because we didn't talk about it? Now, come on. That's just silly. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. I'm not okay. Yeah, I'm still super sad. I'm super depressed. I'm really, really upset. And I'm just going to keep talking about this stuff until either I'm heard or I'm told to shut the fuck up. Which, more than likely, it's going to be the latter of the two. So, just remember to stay safe, stay awesome, and I guess I'll talk to you and see you all next time. Yeah, have a good one. Bye.